Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I want to go through the pages of the Black Panther appearing in Jungle Action, which was an anthology book that featured many of the Atlas 1950s jungle girls like Lorna, Queen of the Jungle, and Jan of the Jungle, and so on. Anyway, so Jungle Action featured some of the best artwork in at Marvel at the time. You'll see work by Rich Buckler and Klaus Janson, but especially I want to focus on the work of Bill William Graham, who was born on July 1st, 1935, and died on April the 4th, 1997. He was 61 years old. But he did some excellent artwork for Marvel Comics, especially for Marvel Comics. And his best work is the stuff he did on the cover of things like Luke Cage, Here for Hire, and Black Panther. So you'll get to see some of that. All right, so that's issue number 5 and number 6. Number 5 is actually a reprint, I believe, of Avengers number 62 that featured the first appearance of M'Baku, one of the Black Panther's arch-villains. That is a reprint. This is issue number 7, and the cover art here is Frank Giacoia and Klaus Janson. This is issue number 8. And this issue features all new, all great origin of the Black Panther. So get ready. So an important issue. Number 8. We'll do a deep dive and you'll get to see what the artwork looks like. This is issue number 9. The cover art here is Gil Kane. Very distinctive. Issue number 10. Again, cover art, Gil Kane. This is issue 11. Cover art. Yeah, that's Gil Kane. This is issue number 12, and the cover art is Rich Buckler and Frank Janson. Klaus Janson, sorry. And this is issue 13, Gil Kane, Klaus Janson. This one looks to me to be all Klaus Janson. That's his style. This one is Gil Kane. That's issue 15. Issue 16. T'Challa battles Venom. That's issue 16. A lot of these issues will feature the first appearance of many of the arch-villains of the Black Panther. So that's issue number 17, and that's the senses-shattering climax of the Panther's rage. This is issue number 18. This is the epilogue, and we'll go through that. And this is the new storyline. I believe it was unfinished. So this is issue 19, issue 20. This is issue number 21. Issue number 22. And I don't have issue 23. It has a great cover, but I'll show it right here. And this is issue number 24. All right. So we're going to change the perspective and we'll do our deep dive so you can get to see some of the artwork. All right, so this is issue number 5. And again, as I said, it's a reprint that doesn't look like a reprint. But as you can see, it's an Avengers story. But the focus of this Avengers story is, of course, on the Black Panther. And it's called The Monarch and the Man-Ape. And it's the first appearance in issue 62, I believe, of the Avengers of M'Baku, who was a major antagonist in the Black Panther movie. And so you see here Hawkeye, the Vision. This is the Black Knight. The story here is by Roy Thomas. The art, of course, people recognize right away, is John Buscema. Incredible artwork. This image was created by Jack Kirby. A lot of these artists, by their own admission, were influenced by Jack the King Kirby. So, some nice artwork. And you can see it's all action. You can see there's M'Baku. Beautiful stuff. All right, and as we know, when it comes to Marvel villains, it is never the end. All right, so that's that one. Issue number 5. So issue number 6 is the start of original artwork. And the artwork is by Rich Buckler, and the inker is Klaus Janson. And it's the start of the storyline of the Panther's Rage. And you can see that it's very wordy. That's atypical of Don McGregor's writing style. In this particular issue, his writing style really worked. He set up a plot intended for 12 issues, and he created one of the best storylines in Marvel back in the 1970s. Copyright date here is 1973. This is volume 1, number 6. September 1973. You can see already that the artwork is quite unique. As T'Challa watches someone die. Just beautiful stuff. You can see the mapping. This is after Killmonger starts his invasion of Wakanda. There's a lot of first appearances of Black Panther's arch villains, supporting characters in this storyline. And there you have Killmonger doing his stuff. That's what he looked like in the original Black Panther issues. Just wonderful artwork. And there you go. Next, Death Regiments Beneath Wakanda and Venom. I believe that is the first panel appearance. And you have the map of the land of Wakanda, and then you have central Wakanda. And there's Lorna the Jungle Girl. The artwork, I think, is Sid Shores. I'm not sure, though. It isn't Manili. It's I think it's Shores. Sid Shores. Looks like his style. It's not... I know Werner Roth did some of the artwork for this series, but I don't think it's him. All right. That's a short 5-page story. atypical of Atlas back in those days. And this is issue number 7. And there you have a cover appearance of Venom. And it's Frank Giacoia and Rich Buckler did the cover. And Klaus Janson and Rich Buckler did the artwork. As you can see, this requires this perspective. Quite unique. You don't see that too often in comic books. So that's Death Regiments Beneath Wakanda. In the 1970s, especially on this title and a few other titles, including the Amazing Spider-Man title, the FF title, but superior to that was of course, the Master of Kung Fu title. And so this is Venom. I think the origin story is in here too. And there you have Killmonger calling all the shots. Beautiful splash page. Just to give you perspective there. Incredible splash pages. Here's another. And just natural characterization. Again, very wordy. Another splash page. Focused on action, as many of the 1970s comics were. Next, Malice by Crimson Moonlight. How's that for a title? That's that one. And I don't know if it has a reprint. Yes, it does. Tales of the Jungle. There you go, all about elephants. All right, so that's that one. That's issue number 7. And this is issue number 8. Move that aside. And the cover art is Rich Buckler and Frank Giacoia. The most amazing, most offbeat superhero of all. How's that for hyperbole? And Panther's Rage continues. That's a beautiful splash page. Malice by Crimson Moonlight. And again, Rich Buckler, Klaus Janson. Some of the best artists worked on these books. Believe you me, those were 8 tracks, if you can imagine. These were full of ads back then. And there you go. The origin of Venom. So for collectors who are looking for origin stories, and there's lots in these pages. So nice splash page. And then another first appearance, Baron Macabre. How's that? The artistry of Black Panther. Just wonderful stuff. This is the Kirby look. Kirby and Joe Sinnott from Fantastic Four 52. And this is John Buscema. There's Barry Smith's almost Kirby-esque style. And this is the Klaus Janson and Rich Buckler look. Interesting page. And of course, our maps. There's Central Wakanda's Royal Palace. All right. So that's issue number 8. And we have issue number 9. And there's Baron Macabre. And this is Gil Kane and Klaus Janson artwork. Yeah. And you can see the style. Gil Kane was really a master draftsman. Obviously, he wanted to work on the book. Just incredible, incredible work. You can see Gil Kane's style. Lots of expression. Just wonderful. And how's that for a splash page? How is that for a splash page? So that's the first Baron Macabre appearance in the text of the story. Expression, conveying mood and action. King Cadaver is dead and living in Wakanda. Next. And what do we have? The Panther's Rage storyline. That's from the first issues. So it gives you some backstory. Just wonderful stuff. A well thought out plot. Well worth the collection. So always look for the value stamp for the value. Make sure that's not cut out of your comic. It doesn't spoil the text or the deep dive when we do it, but just make sure. So this is issue number 10. And this one has Billy Graham and Klaus Janson. And you'll see a different style. The Graham style is a little more inked, a little more, I don't know what the word is. He puts a little more pizzazz in the inking. A little deeper when it comes to the inking style. As you can see, like there's more shading. Yeah, you can see Graham's influence. Just wonderful stuff. All taking part at night. Zombies. Wow. How is that for art? Just incredible. Amazing emphasis on the artwork here, creating a mood of fear and suspense. If you really have to have the value stamp, just scan them and then print them later, but don't cut them out of your comics. There's that. Just wonderful. Look at that emphasis. Lord Carnage. And that was an early look. This was drawn by Jack Kirby. And I think, I don't know if he rejected it or, oh, here it is. Here it is, people. Jack Kirby's original costume for the Black Panther. Only would you believe that back in those halcyon days, Stan and Jack were calling him the Coal Tiger. You've no doubt noticed a few slight changes into Chala's attire and name, which gives you just a vague idea of what kind of visual preparations and character attitudes are considered before one of your scintillating heroes burst full-blown into comic book reality. And there's Eric Killmonger, as created by Rich Buckler and Klaus Janson. All right, so there's a lot to enjoy in these books. So next issue, Once You Slay the Dragon. All right, so that's issue number 10. Issue 11. Once You Slay the Dragon. So this is a Panther's Rage. Billy Graham, Klaus Janson. You can see Graham's artwork is a little more distinctive. I could see a lot of Janson in this. Janson's style, inking style. So you'll see more of Billy Graham's style a little later. I see more of Janson's inking in this issue. Yeah, there's a little bit of, that's a little more of Graham's style. And there's the Marvel value stamp. And there's the splash page. All right. Lots of emotion in the story. This one is told just visually. Beautiful stuff. And there's the Black Panther. This is a cover of what? We showed you Jack Kirby's original sketch for the Black Panther. Now bring you the heretofore unrevealed drama of Kirby's first layout for the cover of Panther's first appearance in Fantastic Four number 52 to be exact. Definitely not the cover you would want. It's okay for, it is Jack Kirby, by the way, but it's not as good as the cover that they eventually had. So that's issue number 11. And then we have issue number 12. And that's a Buckler and Janson cover. And it's a Billy Graham, Klaus Janson extravaganza. Look at that. Just wonderful layouts. And here we go. Incredible artistry. Another wonderful splash page. Black Panther being attacked by wolves. And there's the land, the hidden land of Wakanda. So it tells you the whole storyline, just so in case anybody is missing part of the storyline. All right, so you can see, starts with number 6, Jungle Action 9, Jungle Action 10, and so on, and where they all happened. Brilliant. Just one of the best stories in the comics. All right, so that's issue number 12. This is 13. And that's Billy Graham pencils, and it's P. Craig Russell who did the inking. Yeah, you see more of Graham's style here. Yeah, this is Bill Graham's best, I'd say, best work. Just wonderful, wonderful stuff. Amazing, amazing, amazing. No other way to describe it. Great story, always thought out. The plot carefully plotted with excellent continuity, enhanced by some of the greatest artists in the comic books. And again, the Black Panther artistry. And there's Venom. Look, a letter from Ralph Macchio, who became one of the, I believe, editors and writers in Marvel. I don't know how they could capture Invisible Girl in a Marvel value stamp. Anyway, there you go. So that's issue number 13. 14. And that's Billy Graham. Don McGregor is the writer. Just move that. And it continues on the Panther's Rage storyline. Lurking in Paradise. So as the story goes on, you can see it literally has incredible mood. And you can see that it all takes place in the jungle milieu that the Black Panther resided in. And it's respecting the origin that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby established as a very sophisticated society within the hidden within the African continent. So Just wonderful stuff. Beautiful artwork. I believe that's T'Challa. And that's Graham's version of Venom. And there's the Panther. Right to the very end. Interesting visual. I remember this. All right, so that's issue number 14. Issue 15. And that's Billy Graham. That's how I remember his style. Panther's Rage continues. Salamander Cruel. So a lot of the Black Panther's villains made their early first appearances here in these pages. All right. Just incredible artwork. Wonderful visuals. You could see Billy Graham didn't like the Black Panther's costume too much. He kept on tearing it to pieces. And there's Eric Killmonger doing his stuff. Can he survive that? We will see. And there he is, being saved. Just beautiful visuals. Incredible artwork. That's Billy Graham. Some of his best work were in these pages. So that's 15. This is 16. And T'Challa battles Venom in a ritual of blood. And all our decades have seen revolutions. This is Don McGregor, Billy Graham, artist. So it doesn't say who the inker is, which means you'll get to see Graham in all his fullness. Just beautiful work, all done in shadow. That's T'Challa. And just incredible visuals. There you go. Nice use of dark paneling, dark inking. Just beautiful visuals. Sunsets. Giving the mood of the African continent, which has some of the most beautiful places in the world. Incredible splash page. I hope you're enjoying this because each page is a work of art. So that's issue number 16. And this is the climax, the census-shattering climax of the Panther's Rage. And there's Eric Killmonger on the cover. Cover art is Kane. And you have the dinosaurs in the background. The end of an epic. And perhaps the end of the Black Panther. How's that for some hyperbole? So, yeah, this is Billy Graham entirely in these pages. And so this is the census-shattering climax. Beautiful visuals. How is that? You see, finally face to face, the Black Panther on one side and Eric Killmonger on the other. Back to the action. There's Baron Macabre, enters the fray. And this dude shows up too. Look at that. So those of you who've never read this series and have gone through the original books, this is what you're missing. Or have not gone through the original books, this is what you're missing. Reading the story, the story continuity is excellent, by the way. Just wonderful visuals. Very climactic. To the point of fin. That means fin. In French, it's fin. That means the end. All right, so that's issue number 17. But we did have an epilogue. It's the epilogue of death. And the cover art, I am not sure, but that looks like Kirby. Yeah, that might be Jack Kirby on the cover. Not sure though. The artist here is Billy Graham. Epilogue. There you go. Beautiful visuals. Wonderful. It's always, the Black Panther is always a mix of science fiction and the African continent. Beautiful splash page. Done in loving detail by Billy Graham, artist Billy Graham. Just wonderful. And there's Janson again. As the Black Panther is fighting, he gets his costume torn to pieces. So that's the end of the epilogue and the end of Panther's Rage. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this deep dive through the pages of the Black Panther in Jungle Action. And if you did, remember that thumbs up for the like, click on the thumbs up. Thanks all for the subscribers. And feel free to make your comments. They're always appreciated. make note of anything I may have missaid or not paid enough attention to. And feel free to share share anything you want from the video. All right, so thanks everyone for watching. Bye.